but look at that. Hi.
Hi, girly. Again.
Thank you. You know what? When you do me a favor, you grab me whatever water. Oh, okay, I'll take this one.
Whatever other ones down there also?
No, I was just gonna ask for one for myself. But you can grab. No, yeah, like you can grab for yourself, of course. Okay. Yes, you can.
policía patrullando nuestras calles e eliminando a nuestra gente. ¡Ya basta! ¡Basta! ¡Ya basta! ¡Ya basta! ¡Basta! saber a nuestra comunidad que la policía no está para protegernos. La policía está en contra de nuestra comunidad, nos han eliminado, han matado a nuestros familiares, han dejado a hijos sin padres, sin madres. No lo vamos a permitir más. Ya basta del terrorismo, ya basta de la policía patrullando nuestras calles. No más. We will not allow these racist cops to keep patrolling our streets. They continue to eliminate our brown and black people, and we will not have it. We will not stand for it any longer. We are waking up and we are taking a stand. We are the voice for our people. We are the voice for our loved ones that are no longer here. We are no longer tolerating this racist cops to terrorize our communities. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. These are our streets. We pay you to work for us. We pay you. Enough is enough. We're sick and tired of all this terrorism. We're sick and tired of crying for our loved ones. We've had enough. We will not tolerate this any longer. And this is why we're here. We're here to take a stand. We're here to put these people on blast. We're here to let you know that New Division has always been killer cops. They're not here for us. They're here to terrorize us. They're here to put us down, and we will not have it. We will not tolerate police terrorism no longer. You hear us? Newland, you hear us, LAPD? Shoot it, Newland, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. LAPD, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Killer cops, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Tony McBride, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Jamie McBride, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Stephen Reese, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Jackie Lacey, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Racist killer cop, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Shoot and you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. LAPD, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Killer cops, you can't hide. We charge you with genocide. Hey, streets, our streets. Hey, streets, our streets. Hey, streets, our streets. Cause ain't no power like the power of the people. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no like the power of the people. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? las 7 de la noche llegaron a la casa y estaba mi esposo solo. Dijeron que con quién estaba y le dijo que estaba solo. No, pues que hicieran que hubiera alguien con él. No, dice, estoy solo. No, pues venimos, le vamos a dar la mala noticia de su hijo que está muerto, Alex Flores. ¿Cómo? Él se agarró la cabeza y se dio vuelta. Ya nos dejaron una tarjetita, le dejaron a él. Como a los 3 días estuvimos llamando y nunca contestaban. Y nunca nos dejaron ver el cuerpo. Lo mataron aquí en la 28 y la Central. Él estuvo desde las 8 de la mañana tirado hasta las 5 de la tarde. Todavía llegaron los bomberos. ¿Qué creen? Que estaba muy lejos de aquí, de la 28 ahí. Yo creo que se hicieron mensos también los pinches bomberos. Quiere decir que eso lo hicieron también igual que falleciera mi hijo. A él le dieron 7 balazos a mi hijo. Mi hijo todavía se dio de la policía, se fue dando para atrás mi hijo. Nunca se enfrentó a la policía mi hijo. Como dicen que sí se les fue, pero eso no es verdad. Siempre dicen pura mentira los pinches policías. Yo quiero que se haga justicia para mi hijo, Alex Flores. Él piensa que estaba solo. Mi hijo no estaba solo. Él tenía sus padres, tenía su madre, tenía su padre, tenía hermanas, hermanos, tías, sobrinos, primas. Todo tenía mi hijo. No crean que estaba solo mi hijo. No. No digan así los pinches pendejos policías, pero como digo, algún día se les va a llegar su madre, su padre, su hijo, uno de ellos, y van a quedar sacando la lengua como perros aplastados. Se les tiene que llegar un día, no crean que no, y van a sentir así como lo siento yo de madre, que me quitaron a mi hijo. Yo quiero que se haga justicia de ese policía, o no sé de cuántos fueron, que lo refunden en la cárcel, que les quiten su placa, que les quiten su trabajo, su licencia, pero que tienen que hacer algo por esos pinches policías, que no se quede así, porque ya estuvo bueno de estar matando a la gente sin tener culpa, sin nada, nomás se meten en la bolsa, que piensen que dicen que tienen pistola, nomás ven que se ponen la mano para abajo y ya que tienen pistola y los matan. Que agarren a los que andan vendiendo drogas, que andan robando, violando a la gente. Eso sí, que hagan algo, pero no a las personas que no tienen culpa. Y pues me da mucho gusto de ver a esta gente que me están apoyando, y así quisiera siempre que nos sigan apoyando. Y muchas gracias. Muchas gracias a todos. Sí, muchas gracias.
Say his name! 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 Say his name!
Buenas tardes a todos. Yo soy la mamá de David Flores. Él fue muerto por la policía, que no es solo uno los que lo mataron, sino fueron 2 perros. 2 perros para una sola gorda. Es muy duro para una madre estar en este sufrimiento, porque él no tenía que morir como un criminal, como un delincuente. Como dice la señora de mamá de Alex Flores, él no era solo. Él tenía muchos amigos, tiene muchos hermanos, primos en el ejército, y ellos están con mucho dolor con la policía, porque ellos dicen que fue un blanco tirador el que mató a mi hijo. El primer balazo se lo dieron en la frente, se bañó en la sangre, el chico miró y él está con un dolor muy grande. Él tiene autismo. Él dice, madre, cómo me duele, dice, no poder hacer nada cuando mataron a mi hijo, a mi hermano, dice. Ellos son unos asesinos. Ellos no tienen que estar en la comunidad porque ellos no es protección para la gente. Es una cosa muy dura para una madre. Nunca me voy a hacer a la idea. Mi hijo lo mataron a las 7 de la mañana en la Gardina y la Figueroa. Él tiene 8 balazos, en la espalda tiene 3. Él nunca se enfrentó con la policía porque él sí tuvo estudio. Ellos fueron muy duros con él. Él necesitaba ayuda y nunca se la dieron. Los policías de la 108 fueron los que lo mataron. Ellos lo devaluaron y él dijo que necesitaba una ayuda y nunca se la dieron. ¿Por qué lo mataron? Yo quiero que se haga justicia y pido por toda esta comunidad que me está apoyando que les dé fuerza a mí. Y le pido a mi Padre Dios que me dé esta fuerza, que no me deje caer para seguir luchando por mí, porque nunca me voy a hacer a la idea. Y quiero que ese policía, como se está pudriendo mi hijo en el piso, que se pudre en la prisión.
Say his name! Say his name! David Flores! Say his name! Say his name! We're here with you, doña Teresa. Aquí estamos toda esta comunidad está aquí por usted, por David. ¡Ay, qué feliz! ¡Ay, qué feliz! ¡Ay, qué feliz! ¡Hernandez! Say his name! ¡Hernandez! Say his name! Buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es María Hernández, mamá de Daniel Hernández. Les quiero dar las gracias a todos por su apoyo, a los danzantes, a toda la comunidad que se ha reunido, que nos sigan apoyando, porque esta policía que mató a mi hijo en la 32 y San Pedro trabaja aquí enfrente. Fuck you, police! Fuck you, police! Fuck you, police! Yo les doy las gracias, que nos sigan apoyando para que estos perros no sigan matando gente, no sigan quitándonos a nuestros seres queridos, que dejan hijos sin padre, madres solas, hermanos, sobrinos, nietos. Pedimos que les retiren sus fondos, no merecen agarrar fondos, que trabajen hasta sin sueldo, a ver si así se creen grandotes. ¿A dónde viene la policía? ¡Que chingue a su madre la policía! ¡Fuck you, police! ¡Fuck you, police! No les tengo ahora miedo. Antes se los tenía, ahora no se los tengo. ¿Por qué? Me han quitado mi ser querido. ¿Por qué? Tienen derecho a quitarle la vida. ¿Por qué? Una respuesta, ¿por qué? Solo falsas respuestas ellos escriben. Porque se sienten con derechos, porque tienen una placa. No deberían traer una placa. Esos quieren que no los respetemos. Si no nos respetan a nosotros, ¿por qué? Porque somos humildes mexicanos. Tenemos derecho, todos colores, gordos, feos, flaquitos. Todos tenemos derecho a vivir la vida en paz, a caminar por nuestra comunidad tranquilos. ¿Con qué tragan ellos? Con nuestro sudor también. ¿Qué dicen cuando llegan a sus casas? Si tienen hijos, si tienen padres. Hijo, ¿qué hiciste hoy? ¿Cómo te fue? Bien, que digan la verdad. Maté, hijos míos, maté. Ese fue mi día de hoy, porque eso es lo que hacen cada día, cada tarde, cada noche, cada momento. ¿Por qué queremos policías buenos? Lacey, Jackie Lacey must go! 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 SPP! Fuck the police! SPP! Fuck the police! SPP! Fuck the police!
Excuse me.
Que nos sigan apoyando, que no vamos a parar, porque tienen que escuchar nuestra voz, tienen que escuchar que necesitamos que allá arriba, los de adentro, que ya no los sigan apoyando. Necesitamos paz, necesitamos tranquilidad, necesitamos justicia. Justicia! Justicia!
My name is Brigitte Ransom. I'm 14 and I want to share a poem with you guys. Esto porque yo soy mexicana. Porque yo soy mexicana. Dicen que soy ilegal. Pero si tú lees la historia, esta es mi tierra natal. Y tú, gringo americano, tú sí que eres ilegal. Porque yo soy mexicana. Aquí me voy a quedar. Y aunque tú pongas la barda, yo me la voy a brincar. Por arriba o por abajo, ni cuenta te vas a dar. Diosito hizo la tierra para todos por igual. Se las dejó a Adán y Eva, el paraíso terrenal. Por su desobediencia nos puso aquí a trabajar. El mexicano no raja. Él viene aquí a trabajar. Ellos no vienen aquí a tirar bombas. Ellos no vienen aquí a matar. Ellos vienen a rajarse el lomo en el campo y en la ciudad. Dime, gringo americano, dime tú qué haces aquí. Si el mexicano es mojado, también tú lo eres aquí. Mi orgullo es ser mexicana y no lo voy a negar. Y hasta el cuero se me enchina cuando llego a escuchar esas canciones mexicanas que me hacen suspirar. ¡Viva México y viva América! ¡Oh tierra sagrada de Dios! ¡Viva México y viva América! La Virgen ahí se quedó. Ya con esta me despido y aquí los voy a dejar. Y si la migra me agarra, yo me vuelvo a regresar. Y aunque los gringos no me quieran, aquí me van a enterrar.
Yeah, get it up for Sister Bridget! That was beautiful.
Que no tuvieron la culpa, que la culpa la tuvieron nuestros hijos y tenemos que seguir luchando, apoyando para que la Jackie Lacey se vaya. Tenemos que luchar y pedir y seguir. Les pido a toda la comunidad que salga y nos apoye, porque mucha gente que no les ha pasado lo que nos ha pasado a nosotros, ellas nos piensan que somos como mentirosas, que no es verdad que la policía nos mató a nuestros hijos, y tenemos que seguir levantando las voces, seguir apoyándonos como madres. Y gracias a todos ustedes por estar aquí, que Dios me los bendiga. Gracias.
Gracias.
His name. His name.
Who's street?
Our street!
Who's street?
Our street!
I can hear you guys. Who's street?
Our street!
And we don't get no justice. Who's street?
Our street!
Hi, my name is Hernandez. I'm Cesar Rodriguez's sister. My brother was murdered August 29th of 2017, where he was thrown onto the oncoming train for not being able to pay $1.75. Unfortunately, we have to be here in this battle fighting, because it's going to be 3 years that my brother was murdered, and we have to continue fighting. We won't stop. We won't stop till we get justice. And justice for us is for them to go to jail, for them to take their badges off and to go to jail just the way any other person that would murder would go to jail. The officer that murdered my brother, he eliminated his murder because he seen that train coming. He seen the train coming. You know, and he still held them right there for the train to pin them. And for not being able to pay $1.75, I think that's absurd. No human being should be murdered for no reason. For no reason. It don't matter. They should de-escalate the situation. And they're not there to de-escalate. They're there to escalate the this situation and murder our people. It's not only black, but it's our brown community also. You know, there's a lot of stories from all these people that we've got to meet. That their stories, all of our stories are horrible. All of our stories, and they matter. All of our loved ones' lives matter. You know, I just want to give you guys a quick thank you for coming and supporting. I want to remind you guys, August 29th at 3 p.m. we will be protesting at the Long Beach Police Department, 400 West Broadway Boulevard at Long Beach. Thank you guys very much, and I appreciate for the support. Thank you, Alex Flores, Danny Hernandez, everyone. Thank you guys.
Say his name, Cesar Rodriguez. Say his name. Say his name, Christopher Okamoto. Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out here in this hot heat. It's sad that we have to do this. I was one of those mothers and grandmothers who used to watch the news and see about every morning that somebody else was killed by LAPD or the sheriff's department. And I got a call at 6:30 in the morning on August the 19th, or 20th, from my son with a quivering voice. I said, Jason, what's wrong? And he kept saying, Mom, Chris is gone. I go, what? He goes, Chris is gone. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, the police murdered him. And I hit the ground and I can remember screaming. My grandson, I spoke to at 11:02 on Sunday night, the 19th. At 11:29, my grandson was murdered by the Bakersfield police by Senior Officer Alejandro Petrino. He had been drinking and somebody had called on a domestic violence. By the time they got there, he was asleep. His girlfriend woke him up saying somebody was banging on the door. My grandson opened the door aggressively, they said, and he was shot 8 times, 6 of them fatal. Luckily, my grandson, I swear to God, died instantly. He was an avid skater. He wasn't a bad kid. He'd never been in trouble. He'd done two videos for bands. He was an amateur boxer. He didn't deserve to die. And my problem is they didn't do any negotiation when they opened the door. They didn't say, hey son, we're the PD, da-da-da. He just started shooting.
Okay,
So it's been 2 years. Last week on Wednesday, we don't go to court until probably not for 10 years, I bet. Due to the fact of COVID-19. I feel so sad looking out at everybody. I've been to many of these marches and rallies and stuff, and all the parents. The bad thing here is I spent 2 years as Valerie did up in Sacramento to get AB 392 passed, and that is so there's no more of this just shooting them. They're supposed to use all other means, but they still just shoot you. They don't try to de-escalate it. They don't try to use the other means that they had. There was other means that they could have done with my grandson. Same as with Valerie's sons. Same as all of your guys' sons. So we need to start calling the governor again and saying, what the hell's going on here? You guys you're not making them go by AB 392. A lot of departments said, we're not going to do it. And by goddamn, they're not doing it. They don't give a shit. So we got to start calling again. And if we have to, we've got to go back to Sacramento. We've got to fight some more. They need to change a whole lot of laws. I don't know whether you guys know it. Who determines whether the officer is justified or non-justified? It's 4 officers up here in this department. Nobody else. It's not from the outside. It's from up here. That has to change. The other thing, make these motherfuckers have insurance. I have to have insurance. I'm a nurse. I have to have malpractice insurance. These guys killed 1 time, their insurance goes up. 2 times, you lose your insurance. Nobody else can hire you. And take their right away to become an officer somewhere else. Because these assholes go from here to another department, or to another state, and off they go again. There's an officer in Bakersfield who has killed 5 people. He is now the training officer for the new recruits. Bakersfield is the #1 city in the whole United States, has the most shootings of police officers against victims. Not New York, not Chicago. Those are people, you and I, killing somebody. These are police officers. This shit has to change. These are the kids that are going to be our next here?
Yeah.
You know, these are going to be our leaders, but they're killing them. They're killing them left and right, and that's not right. Bakersfield is a white supremacist city. They don't like the brown, and they don't like the black. When they came out for my grandson, he was biracial. They knew he was black, and they intended to kill him. That's exactly how it was. Thank you very much, and I sure wish we didn't have to come to these so many. Thank you. Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
Say his name.
Christopher Okamoto.
Say his name.
Thank you. Charismatic, kind, generous, loving, responsible young man. What happened with Christian was, he loved his community, he loved his mother dearly. The day that he died, he was with a friend. He walked from South El Monte to our home in Montecito Heights. He walked for 4 hours. When he got closer to our neighborhood, he decided he wanted to rest because he was too tired to walk over the hill. He laid down behind 4 parked cars that were in the driveway. A call went out. He fell asleep and a call went out. A call went out indicating that there was 2 men sleeping behind a vehicle. Louder. The officers got a call from dispatch saying assault with a deadly weapon suspect. At no time was that the call. No one ever mentioned assault with a deadly weapon. Officer Arteaga and Officer Valenzuela arrived at the scene. They came to the location. They were lost at the location. They turned around, used their GPS, and got to the current location of where my son and his friend were asleep. They see them. Officer Arteaga says, "Oh shit, oh shit, there they are. We're right on top of them." Instead of calling for backup, instead of calling for resources, because of the nature of the dispatcher who made an error and said assault with a deadly weapon suspects, they decided to open the doors, did not use any de-escalation techniques, and told the other boy, "Yo, get up." He gets up, he takes off running. Why, I asked? Because he's in fear of the police, because the police constantly harass the kids in our neighborhood, constantly stop them, tell them they fit the description, search them out, do the FI cards on them, call them and label them as gang members when in fact they're not gang members. These kids are just trying to get from point A to point B, and they always have to be interfered and stopped by the police and say that they fit the description. In my community, I have advocated for the kids. I've invited them to my home, brought over Central CSO advocates and my attorney, and I had these kids file complaints. Just practice filing the complaints. I asked them to film these police officers, and they said, "Ma'am, but why? Why would we film them? They're gonna take our phones away." I educated them on their rights, and I told them that they do have the right to film. They do have the right to film any encounter, and they do have a right to ask for that incident card. The majority of the time, they will not provide the incident card because it's a bunch of BS. There was no call. There was no call of you fit the description. Man walking black, black man, black shirt, black pants, brown man, Hispanic man. No. These officers just constantly harass these kids, stop them, do the FI cards, and then tell them to have a nice day where they don't find shit on them. So my community has changed since my son's death. These officers no longer stop these kids, no longer harass these kids, because these kids have been educated and know their rights. They know what they're supposed to do. They know that they gotta get their parents out there. They know that they gotta get their grandparents out there and film these motherfuckers doing illegal shit. Because, don't get me wrong, and I don't know if any of you guys are gonna get upset, but there is a lot of good cops out there that do their fucking job. And then there's those, and we know who those are, that do not do their job correctly. And they don't give a fuck about the next person. They don't care about seeing parents, loved ones suffering the loss of the lives of their loved ones. My son Christian was so loving and kind that my community came together. You know, my son used to do so much in our community. He loved his community a lot.
He loved his community, he loved his family dearly. You know, my son used to go and help people take out their trash on trash day. He'd help clear out the hillsides, because where we live it's a hilly area, and he'd help clear out the hillsides to elderly. These are the stories that I heard when my community came together and put on this amazing car wash and fundraising event and raised over $15,000 to give him a proper burial. They did this all in one day, from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock that evening. Here comes Hollenbach when we first got started, rolling to the scene, telling me how they're going to be the ones to come back when something goes haywire. I told them, rest assured, nothing's going to happen. This is a community event. These are people that are showing their love, respect for my child, and you are not going to get that call. It was such a peaceful event. They never got that call, even though they showed their presence, even though they tried to show fear. They didn't have to do that. We're just trying to raise money for my child. I'm gonna miss all the countless dinners that we used to have with Christian, all the beautiful memories, all the Christmases that we used to share with Christian, the Thanksgiving events that we used to have. Christian was so caring and loving that he would come and invite a few of his friends over for Thanksgiving dinner, because they didn't have a proper Thanksgiving dinner that we had. He would take plates to those that would be too embarrassed or too ashamed to come over. And he did this every Thanksgiving. That's the type of person that my son Christian was. The police, when I get to the scene of the incident, all they want to know is, who was he last with? Was he a gang member? Does he have any tattoos? Does he have any criminal history? Who does he associate himself with? They didn't ask me whether he was a college-educated person, whether he had a family, whether he had children, you know? They asked you all the negative because they want to justify their wrongdoing. They killed my son Christian, and then they try to justify it by trying to see if he was a gang member, drug addict, you know, criminal. That wasn't the case with my son Christian. My son Christian was not a gang member. My son Christian was not a criminal. My son Christian was asleep, resting from a long walk for 4 hours from South Almani to LA. There was no need for Christian to be killed. He got shot 4 times, 1 in the back of the head, 3 in the torso. Died, I want to say he died in his sleep. Christian didn't have a chance to get up. Christian didn't have a chance to sit up. The officer was standing 6 feet above Christian's head, shooting him in an angle, downward motion. The 3 bullets that got hit in his torso got lodged in his lower back. Never came out. I don't believe anything that this officer said. I don't believe it's true. And like I had told the officers, if my son did something wrong, which I doubt, I would be the first to apologize to that officer for having to take a life. But not in this case. He shot my kid deliberately and killed him. Why? Because he claims to be in fear for his safety. If he was so in fear for his safety, why didn't he take cover behind those 4 parked vehicles? Why didn't he call for backup? He shoots him, and then he calls the resources. That officer, I do not believe, was in fear for his safety. He was out to kill that night. Because when he was lost in the wrong location, he even said, I feel this an ambush. Well, if he felt that it was an ambush when he was in the wrong location, he should have called in his resources. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your presence here. I know it's hot. It's a long day. Thank you for everyone.
No racist!
Police!
No justice!
Police!
No racist!
Police!
Already harassment to police targeting, because that's what they're doing. They're profiling, harassing, and targeting our community. They have killed our loved ones. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let these dogs go in the name of all of the victims, every single one of them, not just in LA, not just in California, but in the entire fucking world, because of these corrupt killer cops.
We want justice. We want justice for every family out here that lost a loved one. Yes. Justice for everybody.
Justice for all victims.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna ask you that as soon as we let him go, afterwards, we're gonna have a minute of silence, okay, for everybody. So we're gonna have somebody here.
Nobody. There's water in it. But they shot my son over a plastic toy and a look on his face. Within 1 second, they jumped out. They said, drop the gun. Boom, 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 boom. That's how quickly it happened. It took 7 seconds total for them to fire 11 shots. 7 of them hit him. 1 was to the head that killed him instantly. 2 was in the back, 1 was behind his leg, 1 was on the left side of his stomach, and 2 was on his legs. If that wasn't horrible enough, they also ran him over with their car because they failed to put the car in park. I mean, who does that shit? How do they get away with that? If that was us, we would have been held accountable. We can't get our driver's license unless we know how to put that car in park before we jump out. I mean, it's common sense, right? These cops were negligent from the start. And I'm sure that that's not the only time they've ever been negligent. They're incompetent. And they continue to work like they did nothing wrong because of this corrupt system that protects them. It took them 11 seconds to do what they did to my son that night. And a lifetime of trauma for me now. The driver, when he finished firing, he trips and he falls and he scrapes his elbow on the street and he jumps back up. They never turned the dash cam on, which is another negligent part on their part. In the body cam footage, you can see the cop jump back up real quick and he's like, I don't know if I've been shot, man. I don't know if I've been shot, which he never was. How do you not tell a scrape on your arm from tripping over your own 2 feet to a gunshot wound? How dare they? But they're trained to do that so they could get more officers on the scene. That's what they're trained to do, to play victim. The only victim was my son.
Say his name!
Eric Rivera!
Say his name!
Eric Rivera!
Say his name!
Eric Rivera!
When he realized that the car was coming towards my son, he yelled to his partner, Daniel Ramirez, which is the driver, and he tells him, oh shit, the car, jump back in, step on the brake. The driver starts catching up to the car. He gets halfway in, but it's too late. It's already hitting my son. He gets in halfway and he steps on the gas instead of the brake. Come on! In the body cam footage, I could hear the car go boom, boom. I mean, he stepped on that gas. There's a metal gate that stops the car, but my son's underneath the whole front carriage of it. If it wasn't for that gate, that tire, their left front tire stopped centimeters from my son's cheek. If it wasn't for that gate, that car would have ran over my baby's head. They left the car on top of my son. The driver actually for a moment thought maybe I should take that car off of him, and he should have. He should have. It breaks my fucking heart what they did. They had no remorse. They talk about the sanctity of life. They talk about preserving life. They don't care about us. He didn't take the car off of my son. They left it on him for 12 hours. 3 of those hours, 12 hours, come on. 3 of those first hours, they never put a tent on him. They never put a sheet. They left him exposed for the community to see him like that, to traumatize the community, and as if it's a trophy or something. Because they left that car on my son for 12 hours, he also got excessive burn marks on his chest. This is the last photo that I have of my son. And they get to go to work the next day to kill again because of this system. It's been 3 years, they're still patrolling. Do you know how terrifying it is to know that there are tens of thousands of killer cops on these streets? I don't feel safe. We are not safe. And that is just in this county. And they have the audacity to brutalize us afterwards, to still traumatize us, to still be so disrespectful to the families. They want us to respect them. Can you guys believe that? They want us to respect them. They want us to talk to them with sweet, kind words. That is so fucking bullshit. They get upset with us because we're taking the streets. But fuck that shit, it's our duty to. They ain't gonna shut me up. They fucked with the wrong mama. They fucked with the wrong son. They fucked with us and we gotta fuck with them back. Because I'm not putting up with this shit. Every one of our stories, when I hear our family stories, oh my God. My son's story is so horrific and so tragic, but every one of our stories are. No remorse shown. I went to their depositions and guess what? Every single thing that these 2 officers had to say that night contradict each other. Not one thing do these 2 officers agree on, which says either one of them's a liar or both of them are liars. One officer, I mean, come on, and I hope this gets seen in court. How can you guys not agree with each other not one time? One officer says that Eric had the squirt gun in his right hand, the other one says it was in his left hand. One officer says that when they approached Eric, Eric was turning this way. The other one says Eric was turning this way. One officer said that the gun looked black, the other officer said that the gun looked silver. I mean, these are important details. How do they not agree with each other as to what happened that night? 11 seconds it took them to murder my son, and they get to go back to work the next day, and Jackie Lacey's accountable for that. And every single one, I remember, and it sucks that we have to deal with this for a long time. I didn't get the police report until 10 months later. I didn't get Jackie Lacey's report until a year later. And within that year, I just kept praying and keeping hope that these officers would be held accountable. But the system let me down. The system really let me down. It let us all down. It let every single one of us down. Because when they kill one of us, they kill all of us. For them to say that it's in policy, that any other officer would have done the same thing that night, when they killed Eric, that is outrageous. My son's not here no more, but his spirit is. And he is more powerful than those cops will ever be. My baby lives through me, and I am a force to be reckoned with. So it really means a lot for the community to come and support us. Because we shouldn't have to wait for it to happen to one of us to be out here. I wish I would have took these streets a long time ago. But I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. This is a lifetime battle that I promise that I will be in. As long as I live and breathe, I will fight back. I will continue to expose them. I will continue to speak the truth. I will continue to give them fucking hell. And we just gotta keep the pressure on. So thank you so much, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for keeping my son in your heart. Please pray for all of us families. Please pray for us, for the strength to keep doing what we gotta do, because this is exhausting. They put a hole in my heart. Alex Rivera! Thank you. Thank you, Sister Valley. That was powerful. We're here for you every step of the way. Alrighty, we also have
her apartment illegally. She was in the middle of a seizure. On the police body cam footage, you can see that she screams at these four men coming into her apartment, seizure, seizure, for an hour and a half. They talked to her. She was asking them to simply get out of her apartment. They even had a mental health clinician there talking to her. She did not want them in her apartment. They kept badgering her. They kept ordering her that they were going to take her by force. And when she chose to defend herself, these South Pasadena police pigs, they started saying, oh, she's got a gun, even though you can't really see on the body cam if she really did. It turned out she had a pair of scissors. An 84-pound woman, disabled, that couldn't keep her balance, intimidated these four men. They ran out of her apartment, started shooting immediately. One of them came out with an AK to shoot an 84-pound woman, a disabled woman, saying they feared for their lives. That same week, the sheriff's department, under whose jurisdiction they fall under, took 7 hours to disarm a woman out in Ventura County that held them off with a real gun for 7 hours, and she came out alive. My friend Vanessa never had a chance. One bullet to her stomach killed her immediately, but they shot her 19 times. 84 pounds. It took a year and a half for the sheriff's department to conduct their sham investigation, and Jackie Lacey's office deemed it suicide by cop. My friend did not deserve what she received. What she needed was help. I asked the South Pasadena City to help her get social services for her. She was disabled, she needed help. She needed to be in a home. But instead, a welfare check ended up getting her murdered. I felt so alone for that first year that I fought for her. And thanks to Black Lives Matter, they took me on. They helped me learn how to fight. I ask all of you to join Black Lives Matter. Go every Wednesday and say Jackie Lacey must go. Jackie Lacey must go. Jackie Lacey will go. And I want to say this in Spanish. Para todas las madres, a las que se le han asesinado a sus hijos, únanse, porque el poder de la madre nadie se lo quita, ni la pinche policía. Únanse, si pueden dar vida, les pueden quitar la vida a estos cabrones hijos de puta. Mothers unite, because you know if you can give life, you can take it away. Take it away. Take away the police's power. And I don't believe there are any good cops, because they're all bad seeds. Like they say in Black Lives Matter, the bad seeds that grow into bad fruit. And that's the truth. Take away the police union, they have no power. That's where their power lies, in the police unions. Take away their money. Take away the power to buy the fucking politicians, and they are nothing. They are nothing. As I said, Black Lives Matter has taught me how to fight. They told us this week that there's a bill, a state bill, 731, the Kenneth Ross Jr. bill. That is going to take more power from this fucking police. I didn't tell you, one of the police that shot my friend Vanessa Marquez, he had been in a previous police department. He did something wrong. They don't tell us what, but I bet he killed somebody before. And 2 weeks later, he shot my friend. That motherfucker should not be a policeman anywhere. Take away his power. Take away his badge. Take them away. Because none of them, they cover for each other. For a year and a half, I didn't know who killed my friend, but I will name all 4 men that killed my friend. Christopher Perez, Gilberto Carillo, Arturo Burgos, and Anouk Manikian. It took 4 men to shoot an 84-pound woman. And we say no more. One way or another, I'm going to get their badges. I'm going to get them fired. And they will never work anywhere again. You mark my words. I'm here for this fight. I was her friend, and that's the reason I come out, because she had no family. Her mother just cannot come out in public and speak about it. That's how much pain she's still in. And so I'm here. I represent my friend Vanessa Marquez. Say her name, Vanessa Marquez! Say her name, Vanessa Marquez! Say her name, Vanessa Marquez! So thank you again. Before I forgot last time at Anthony Vargas's Angelversary. Vanessa's Angelversary is next week, Sunday the 30th, from 11 to 2 in South Pasadena. We will meet at the place where she was murdered, 1133 South Fremont Avenue. We will march to the City Hall. And because she loved Star Wars, which I think is a very appropriate metaphor, I ask if you want to dress as the Rebel Alliance, because we are the Rebel Alliance against the fucking evil empire that will fall one way or another. Thank you.
We're gonna go to right and on.
Río
de toda mi gente en las calles de Los Ángeles. Los ricos del gobierno son los opresores que matan y mienten. Abuso policial, bang, bang, balazo tras balazo, cae la humanidad, nuestra familia, lo sagrado. En las calles terrorizan, acabando nuestras vidas, violando nuestros derechos, esto tiene que acabar. La policía nos acosa, día tras día, ciegados con odio, donde matar es la solución. Corren los ríos de sangre de toda mi gente en las calles de Los Ángeles. Abre tus ojos, libera tu mente, busca la paz para el mundo. Abuso policial. Queremos justicia para todas las víctimas de abuso policial. Y queremos amor y paz en nuestras comunidades. No queremos ser acosados cuando caminamos. Y queremos que preparen a nuestros hijos para la educación, para ser profesionales, no para ser criminales.
Part of this event, not only for Alex Flores, not only for David Flores, not only for Daniel Hernandez, not only for Minerva, not only for every individual, but for all stolen lives, stolen, murdered by the fucking police. That's the reason why we're here. Today I'm going to go ahead and share us the story of my brother Alex, the way he was murdered, when he was murdered. On November 19, 2019, Tuesday morning, my brother Alex Flores, a Latino man, was last seen walking a neighbor's kid to school, and he noticed him walking by himself. This is what Alex really was, always looking for his community, helping out the family, neighbors, and friends. He was killed a little over 8 a.m. on the intersection of 28th Street and Central Avenue, where we always meet every Friday, 7 p.m. to protest for his murder, demanding justice. LAPD portrays my brother as a shirtless man, a criminal individual. Worst of all, the media that's supposed to tell us the truth, lies. My brother, the media portrayed my brother as being a homeless man, as if he had no family. We're here 9 months. Alex had a family. He's not alone. Now, even more, we have united with other families. We're one family demanding justice for all the victims of police murder. murder. My brother was only 34 years old when he was killed. On this day, my family was looking for him. My sister and dad went to check on him at this fucking police station twice. They did not give him no information. The second time my dad came, he asked, and they just looked at him, and they were laughing at him. These fucking police don't even care about us. They don't give a shit. They don't have a heart. They don't care how we feel. It's so painful to see that these killer cops are always patrolling our streets. It's so painful to see, and we're afraid that they're still on the street wearing those motherfucking badges. We're done. Enough is enough. No more killings. We're done with this shit. We deserve respect. We are humans. They want respect. They need a show. They need to be respected as well. We need to be respected the same way if they want the respect. The police station did not provide any information on my brother. They also didn't notify us the location of his body. We had to wait 4 motherfucking days to know where my brother's body was. That was a lot. See, but if it was one of them, they wouldn't have waited 4 days. No way. Alex was shot 5 times. One of the lethal shots came from the back, through his heart. That was it. It only took 1 shot. He fell on the ground, face down, bleeding. They still handcuffed him. They let him be on the ground for more than 8 hours, laying on the street. Evidence shows that we collected, thanks to a brother from one of those stores. He did not release his video. He did not release it. Why? Because he knew that the fucking police was gonna go ahead and edit that information, was gonna edit that video. But you know what? I always thank him for not doing that. Because we know that we're gonna get justice. We know. Unfortunately, when this happens, who are the ones that take the evidence? The police, right? That's the reason why they get away with it. Because they always edit their shit all the time. On that evidence, my brother shows that at no moment, at no point, my brother Alex was targeting the officer. The evidence from that store does not show that. But yet, this station says that, yeah, he targeted one of the officers, and that's the reason why he was shot, and that is not true. It's not true. He wanted to get away. He wanted to run away from them. My brother comes from a hard-working family class. Alex got his first job from a program called LA Conservation Corps, Clean and Green. When he was in middle school, since middle school, Alex was already working. He was a working guy. He worked there till the age of 18. After that, he didn't qualify anymore because he was already an adult. My brother was being targeted by the Newton police station, shooting Newton police station all the time throughout his years, just for having brown skin color and living in South Central, in an area where low middle class people live, where people live check by check, and where the police patrols our community oppressing, intimidating, brutalizing, and killing our loved ones and community. Alex did not graduate high school, but he decided to give it another try. In his education, becoming a dental assistant, he needed 2 more months to be able to graduate. 2 more months. But again, he was not able to make it. On June 16, 2009, my brother was severely brutalized by the same station here at Newton Police Station. His wife took pictures of my brother, and she released him, but he had court. The judge was able to release my brother. Why? Because they knew that they had fucked up on my brother. They knew that what they did was wrong. There was no need for the fucking police to treat my brother like that. They do it all the time, all the time. My brother was frequently stopped and was accused in possession of weed, drugs, when he never carried it. And the police was actually ones putting that on him, making it seem that it was my brother. That's what they do all the time. My brother was found not guilty and was released. But then also my brother was caught. And my brother was put in jail for 2 years. He was put in prison for a crime he didn't commit. For a crime he didn't commit. There was no evidence. But yet, when you have evidence of these motherfuckers, what happens? Nothing. Nothing. That's not right. We deserve respect. We need to have a voice. That's why we're here. After my brother was killed 2 days after, on Thursday, after his murder, my family, friends, and community decided to protest, demanding justice for a loved one. We protested in November 19, day after day after day after day for a whole month. We didn't have no Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was here on the street, raining, umbrella, our rain gear. That was our Thanksgiving. After a month, we decided to protest Friday Flores, every Friday. How can we trust the system when police are investigating their own motherfucking work? How can we trust them? We can't. There's no way. How will they ever be prosecuted and indicted for all the wrongful death acts they have done and continue to do it to our people and society, to our community? Why should these killer cops deserve to keep their badges? Why should they keep patrolling our streets? Why are they getting paid? Why? That money should go to the real victims, to the families. Victims' families, not them. Why not having programs to help our people struggling with mental drug abuse? These people don't want to be in this situation. They don't want to be on the streets. They don't want to be homeless. They don't want to be like that. They're being pushed. They're being pushed to the streets. This is one of the reasons why we're here. This capitalist system is not here to protect us. They're not here to protect not even one of us. They're here to protect themselves. They're here to protect the wealthy. They're not here to protect brown, black, hardworking class. No way. The system, though, makes us believe that they're here for us, but it's not true. We live in a system that is very corruptive and does not give a damn about none of us here. We demand justice for Alex Flores, David Flores, Daniel Hernandez, Cesar Rodriguez, Breonna Taylor, Anthony Vargas, Vanessa Marquez, Jesse Romero, Eric Rivera, Chantal David, Eric Garner, Andres Guardado. We demand justice for George Floyd. Justice for all stolen lives. All stolen lives. We are the voice for our voiceless brothers and sisters who are not here today with us in person, but their spirits are for sure here. They're always going to be out here on the street with us, giving us strength and courage to keep going and to not stop. I want to thank every family today
for stepping up and having the courage to be out and fight against this racist system, demanding justice for our loved ones. And also want to go ahead and thank to everybody who was able to donate, who was able to bring water, snacks, security, everybody who made it happen today, and every single family that has been fighting for justice, demanding justice for their loved ones, because I know it's hard, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of their time. We have a life too, we got kids, we have a family, but you know what, we're not gonna give up. We're gonna be here on the streets, this is our streets, we're gonna be demanding justice for all the victims murdered by the fucking police. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? No justice? No racist? No justice? No racist? FPP? FPP? Thank you so much. Amen.
Shit about us? They don't. They only care about themselves. They get protection. Their union, LaPel, the Los Angeles Police Protectively protects them. Make sure they're not prosecuted. Why would you be afraid to kill someone if you know you can get away with it? They've gone away with at least 618 killings in LA County since Jackie Lacey came into position. As the district attorney, she hasn't done nothing to serve the people of LA. Her campaigns have been funded by LaPel. There's a banner over there. I always wanted to make sure that people knew who killed my brother. Tony McBride killed my brother. She is the daughter of Jamie McBride. Both of them have worked at Univision. Her dad used to work here in the 80s. Her dad used to work here in the 80s. And he is proud at every shooting that he has done. He shot at least 6 people within 5 months. And he was proud of it. Why? Because he didn't give a crap about people in South Central LA. When you come from a low socioeconomic background, your life is not valued as much as other lives in the city. They value lives in affluent areas, in Pacific Palisades. I had to force myself to hear Jamie McBride talk about how there's no racism in LAPD. Where the hell has he been working all these years? This is a racist system. This system upholds white supremacy. We came out on the streets on May 22nd, which was a Friday. None of us knew any chants. None of us knew anything about organizing, but we came out because we wanted this community to know they murdered my brother. She murdered my brother. Danny did not deserve that. My kid brother was a good kid. My brother was 38 years old. On April 22nd, my brother was in a vehicle accident. A vehicle accident where the airbag went off and he suffered injuries. He needed medical help. There were calls that were made to 911 that said that he needed assistance, medical help. But instead, my brother did not get medical help. The fire station is just across from Noon Division. The scene of the accident is less than 3 blocks away. But instead, they murdered my brother. They did not take the time to de-escalate. And that is where I have my anger. My anger just builds and builds. And this is an outlet for me to let people know what she did. She will never live a peaceful life. She will never live a life where she will not be recognized as a killer cop. Say it with me. Killer cop! 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 We know that lapel protects her. Her father is a union director. He is one of the union directors. We do not trust LAPD to investigate her. How can this department pretend that they don't know that someone from here that works with her is going to investigate her and be independent? I work in a building in this size. I know everybody that works in that building. Are you kidding me? Even if they're not my coworker, I have some interaction with the people that work in the same building. We do not trust that there will be no conflict of interest. And that is why we have marched. On April 22nd, my brother had a vehicle accident. He was more than 30 feet away from her. He posed no danger to her. That's how police officers get away with murder, pretending they're afraid for their life. My brother was not going to harm her. My brother was shot 7 times. My brother was dropped after 2 of those shots. He was shot 5 times while on the ground. One of those was to the head, to the back. My brother was not going to cause any harm to her. She was the only officer who shot my brother. The other officers did not shoot at my brother. They should have used less lethal. They should have helped him. He needed help. After he was shot 7 times, he wasn't approached for almost 2 minutes. 2 minutes he bled. And then when they did come up on him, they handcuffed him. And that's how they left him, handcuffed. Knowing he was dead, knowing he had been shot in the head. That is excessive force. If you want, I hope you watch the videos. You will see why she did that. She's a hunter. She trains at Heron Tactical Innovations. She trains like if she's going to war. That is how they patrol this area. That is how they treat the brown and black people that live in this area. We have no respect for LAPD. No respect for LAPD. No respect for LAPD. No respect for LAPD.
No respect for LAPD.
We struggled. It has not been easy. But we are in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. We've gone on Wednesdays. They lended their platform to us to give our story. We protested with the family of Alex Flores here, and then we had other families also join us here. Other families that you see here. We will continue to do that. They will never silence a Hernandez. We are too many. Maria has learned the most English this summer. Her favorite phrase is FTP. Fuck the police. That's her favorite phrase. Say it again. FTP. Fuck the police. That's her favorite phrase. She's done being scared. She's done being afraid. We are not afraid. We will continue to speak. We will continue to shout. I'm telling you, this family had to fight for resources. This family had to learn how to navigate the system. What do you do when someone kills your family? You go to the cops. What do you do when the cops are the ones that kill your family? You go nowhere. They treat you like you're a criminal, like you did something wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We want answers. We want the Attorney General to investigate this. LA City Council voted on a motion to have the chief analyst ask the Attorney General, Javier Becerra, to investigate it. Do we think we'll get justice? No. The only justice will be that my brother was brought back. My brother's never coming back. It didn't have to be like this. But they didn't care. They didn't care because we're brown. They don't care because we're black and brown in this community. And they think they can do whatever they want. Well, guess what? No, we're not taking it anymore. We'll never take it. Stand up and fight back.
I think he weak. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police.
¡Es una descarga! ¡Eso!
Pero el día de mañana, esta nieve va a mandar su castigo. Porque no se crea que esto se va a quedar así. Que no piensen, queremos justicia.
¡Justicia!
Para nuestros seres queridos.
¡Justicia!
Anymore. We need the community to come out and stand in solidarity. How many times have you been profiled? How many times have the police fucked with you for no damn reason? How many times just because of the color of your skin? Huh? How many times have the cops targeted you? How many times has the police abused you for the color of your skin? How many times? Fuck the police! 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 No respect for LAPD! No respect for LAPD! I said no respect for LAPD! No respect for LAPD!
This is the station, Southeast Station, that killed David Flores back in April of this year. They shot him 8 times. One of the shots went to his head. He left 2 little ones, 2 sons behind, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old. Who's gonna go ahead and be the father for these kids? Why did David Flores deserve to die? He did not deserve to die. He did not deserve this disrespect by this motherfucking station, Southeast Station. 2 cops shot him and killed him. The mother, Teresa, is demanding justice for her loved one. Till this day, she has not received no police report. She has not received no autopsy report. We're demanding justice for David Flores. Southeast Station is a killer station. Southeast Station is a killer station. LAPD are murderers. LAPD are murderers. David Flores was killed April 22nd, 2019. He leaves behind 2 sons. David Flores was loved by his family. David Flores was loved by his sons. His sons miss David Flores. His sons should not deserve, they do not deserve to be without a father. They should not deserve to be without a dad. They deserve to be with their dad. They deserve to have a dad in their life. They deserve to have a Father's Day. Unfortunately, this fucking station took his life, took David Flores' life, and we are here standing in solidarity with Teresa Flores, demanding justice, justice for David Flores, justice for David Flores, justice for David Flores, justice for David Flores, justice for David Flores. These killer cops, the 2 motherfucking killer cops that killed David Flores should be accountable, and prosecuted. They should not be patrolling the streets. They should be in jail behind bars. That's what they should be. They should not be taking our streets. We are here demanding justice for David Flores. We are here demanding justice for other families who have been murdered by the fucking police, who have been killed by law enforcement. Till this day, they have not gotten no justice. Why? Because all killer cops are the same. There is no good cop around. All cops are the same. They're all killer cops. If there was one different, they will be here on our side. They will be here on the streets with us. They will be here tonight, demanding justice for David Flores. Not only for David Flores, for Alex Flores. Not only for Alex Flores, for Cesar Hernandez. Not only for Daniel Hernandez, but for Cesar Rodriguez, who was also killed by LAPD. And this is just not even a percent of all families who have lost a loved one, against police killings. We are done. Killer cops, 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 killer cops. David Flores deserves respect. He did not need to be shot 8 times. He did not deserve to be shot in the head. But you know what? That's what they always aim for. That's what they always aim for. They aim to murder and kill our loved ones. They are not here to protect and serve us. They are here to murder our people. They are here to murder our black and brown brothers. They are here to murder our communities. We are done. We're done. Enough is enough. We're demanding justice for David Flores. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? But who? But who? But who? Now, one of David's kids, the little one, the mother of Teresa is going to go ahead and speak right now.
Soy la mamá de David Flores. Su muerte de él no se va a quedar impune. ¡Bola de perros! ¡Asesino! Él no tenía que morir como un delincuente, como un asesino. Ustedes son los asesinos, son los criminales. Tienen que pagar. Para él tienen que hacer justicia para todos los que han muerto. Para todos los seres humanos que han matado, malditos perros. Mataron a mi hijo David Flores. Nunca van a ser después que lo mataste, te llevaste los videos para que hacer todo a tu favor, pero no te va a salir, porque Dios es justo y va a hacer justicia. Y así como murió mi hijo, vas a morir como un perro. Porque traigo en mi corazón que nunca voy a tener paz. Y no te vamos a dejar, este es el comienzo.
¡Justicia! 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 ¡Digan su nombre! ¡David Flores! 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 ¡Justicia! ¡Ahora! ¡Sin justicia no hay paz! 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 Su hijo David Flores fue balaceado y matado por esta policía, Southeast Station Police Department. Por esta razón es que el día de ahora estamos aquí demandando justicia por David Flores. Su hijo fue matado abril 22 del año pasado. David Flores no merecía 8 balazos. David Flores no merecía el balazo en la cabeza. David Flores merecía estar vivo para sus hijos. David Flores deja 2 niños atrás. Estos niños estos niños van a tener que sufrir para el resto de su vida. Su padre ya no está aquí. Desafortunadamente, estos criminales le quitaron la vida. Estos niños quedaron huérfanos para el resto de su vida. Unos angelitos que no saben nada. Por esta razón es que estamos aquí con la señora Teresa demandando justicia. Justicia porque estos niños merecen justicia. Justicia para su padre David Flores, que fue arrebatado por la policía. Esta estación mató a su padre. David Flores no debería de haber sido matado. David Flores deja 2 preciosos atrás. David Flores era todo para estos niños. David Flores se ocupaba siempre de sus hijos. Sus hijos siempre fue su prioridad. Su padre, David Flores, hacía todo. Trabajaba 2 trabajos para traer comida a la mesa, para que sus hijos tuvieran todo. Pero ya no es así. La policía les quitó a su padre. Ellos merecen justicia. Los niños merecen justicia. Sus hijos merecen justicia. Su madre, su padre. La familia merece justicia por David Flores, que fue asesinado por esta estación Southeast Station. Ella no merece pasar por este dolor. Sus hijos no merecen pasar por este dolor tampoco. Sus hijos van a extrañar. Sus hijos tan pequeñitos, 5 años, 8 años, saben que la policía le quitó la vida a su padre. Estos chiquitos saben que su padre está muerto, que su padre no está aquí. Por eso es que estamos aquí con la señora Teresa Flores, pidiendo justicia con demás familias. La familia de Alex Flores, la familia de Cesar Rodriguez, la familia de Daniel Hernandez, todas las víctimas de la policía que han sido matadas. Estamos aquí apoyando a toda la familia. Exigimos justicia. Estos policías no tienen que seguir arrebatando vidas. Estos niños merecían tener al padre, merecían tener a su padre para el resto de su vida. Desafortunadamente estos niños ya nunca van a ser normales. Estos niños ya no van a tener una niñez bonita. Estos niños siempre van a vivir con ese dolor a una temprana edad. De 5 a 8 años. Estos niños siempre van a vivir sin su padre. ¿Por qué? Porque esta policía corrupta, Southeast Station killed David Flores. Southeast Station killed David Flores. We demand justice. Justice for David Flores. Justice for the family. Justice for his 2 loved sons, 5 and 8 years old. 5 and 8 years old. They're such angels. They know that the police killed his dad. They know that he was killed and shot by the police. They know that. Unfortunately, they're not gonna have a good childhood. They're always gonna remember this for the rest of their life. They have messed up a child's memory forever. They have messed up their life forever. It is not right. Kill our we're here standing in solidarity with Vanessa Flores.
How do you feel murderer? How do you feel murderer? You bunch of puppets! We don't need you! Get the fuck out! We don't need you! We don't need a bunch of bitches to be around the community! Fuck you! Fuck you! You guys carry blood in your hands! That's what you do! What do you have to be proud of? You bunch of killers! Killer cops! Enjoy that shit, motherfucker! Enjoy your badge right now, because we're fucking coming for you! We're coming for all the fucking corrupt that system, motherfuckers! So enjoy that shit! Fucking take care of your fucking self, because motherfuckers, we know your faces! We know who you are! Alright, so fucking enjoy that shit, enjoy your little money! That's what you're fucking doing this shit for, right? For money? You fucking take care of that shit? It's a fucking piece of paper, motherfuckers! These are lives you're taking away! This shit is not comparable! So enjoy it, because we're coming for you! We're coming for Jackie Lacey! We're coming for this corrupt ass system, motherfuckers! FTP! Fuck the police! 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 Kill that cop! Kill that cop! Kill that cop! You bunch of puppets! You do what you're told! You follow rules! Puppets! You puppets! Victims! Justice for all victims! Fuck you!
Brown man moving forward. Meshita Tiawi. Brown woman moving forward. Can't keep a brown man down.